Hi, I'm Bob Abbott with Alarca Property Management, and we currently manage homes throughout the Charlotte, North Carolina, and surrounding areas. And today we're going to answer the question on what should a property manager charge, or what does a property manager charge? And this is generally one of the first questions we get from potential clients, and we're more than happy to answer it. But unfortunately, like so many other things, the answer really is it depends. And what do you want that property manager to do for you? In our case, we have 3 different service plans depending on the level of service you require, and the pricing is different for each. So every property management arrangement with an owner is one of delegation. What exactly do you want the property manager to do? Do you want them to manage everything soup to nuts, or do you want to take over some of the responsibilities? What do you mean by soup to nuts? Do you want inspections every quarter? Do you want inspections once a year? Do you not want inspections at all? So these types of things all factor into the pricing that you may pay or the services that that manager may provide. I encourage potential clients to think of it like a hotel room. And I just ran a search in the Charlotte area for a particular night later this week, and pricing came up from $46 for Econo Lodge to $789 for the Ritz-Carlton. They're both offering hotel rooms. They're both the same night, but I think I could expect more services for the Ritz-Carlton and probably a better night's sleep than I would at the Econo Lodge. And I think property management is somewhat similar. We're managing generally one of your largest assets, and the transaction is ripe with opportunity for lawsuits, fair housing violations, code violations, other things that can certainly influence the amount of sleep and the quality of sleep that you'll get at night. So I encourage you to look at the services that the property managers can provide. Luckily, unlike hotel rooms, property management services generally fall into a pretty narrow band. Prices in our area are generally between 8 and 12% of 1 month's rent for the standard management fee, and most of the firms in our area charge a leasing fee of somewhere between 50 and 100% of 1 month's rent to find a quality tenant for you, market the home, and place that tenant. So within that band, you want to look at what types of services are provided and what that manager does for their percentage that they're getting every month. So some of the factors that you want to look at are periodic inspections of the home. I mentioned those. How often are they? What's involved? What do you get? Are you getting a full report? Are you getting a video? Or are you just getting a checklist? What about utilities when the home's vacant? Is there a connection fee? Is the firm paying those bills? Are you having to worry about paying the bills when the home's vacant between tenants? What about maintenance costs and repairs? What is the average cost for maintenance? Is there a typical hourly rate? Is there a trip charge? Is the management firm charging an upcharge on the management fees for handling repairs for you, or is that all included in the price? Are there lease renewal fees at the end of the lease term? Is there a vacant property management fee? So when the home's vacant between tenants, are you paying fees then? What about eviction fees? Move in and move out videos. Are there photos or videos? Are there fees for those? Tenant orientation videos. Some firms charge a separate advertising fee on top of the leasing fee. So you want to dig into that. Are there account setup fees? Are there management termination fees? And so there's all kinds of miscellaneous fees that can come into play outside of the standard 8% plus the leasing fee. So you really want to dive into those and determine what you're getting for your fees, and then what fees might be charged. So in our management agreement, we include a list of fees that are not customary, but if you ask for them, we can provide those services, and those fees are outlined for you. And generally, when our clients ask for those, we remind them of those fees. And in general, they don't want us to handle those things for us. But if they do, we're there and we can take care of that. Does it ever make sense to pay more for a manager if their fees look the same? So all the fees appear to be the same, but one charges 7% and the other charges 8%. Sometimes it might be worth to go with that higher or more expensive property manager because they're going to save you money in other areas. So for example, we talked about maintenance. If one uses a vendor that's normally $150 to show up at the property and another has one that's $65 to show up, they're going to save you money on every single repair cost. It's more than going to cover the difference in their monthly fee. Likewise, retention for tenants is paramount. If one manager has a tenant that stays 3 years or 4 years versus another one, the tenant turns every year because they're just not happy with the management company, that's going to cost you big time in terms of your costs. That's the biggest cost that any client has. That's higher than their management fees in most cases. And so you want to look at those things. You want to get a sense for that. You really want to make sure that you feel comfortable with that property management firm and make an educated decision, not just on price alone. If you want to see a list of these types of fees, please go to our website or give us a call. We're more than happy to talk to you about it.